Hey everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. I'm actually liking my makeup today. I'm shocked. To be honest, I'm really shocked. But not really, because I chose pretty good products today, to be fair. So, what am I wearing? I am wearing, and I have thoughts too, but I'm wearing my Natasha Denona Foundation X. I don't know why she got rid of this. I really like this foundation. I hope she's coming out with it again, maybe reformulate it. I don't know, but I like it as it is. To be honest, it feels really nice on the skin, fits well. I mean, what's the point of talking about it when you can't get it no more? I know. I am wearing the Natasha Denona conceal or the peach corrector, along with the Natasha Denona concealer. I set the under eyes with the By Terry and the rest of my face with the Natasha Denona powder in 6N, I think. Am I right on that or am I wrong? It's hard to tell with me. In 6. My bad. For bronzer and blush, I pulled out the NARS palette again, and I'm wearing Laguna, and I do like Laguna. I get it, but it's not my Armani. I really love my Armani. I don't know why. I really don't. But I love it. But Laguna's pretty. I'll give it that. And then for the blush, I believe it's called, well, yeah, it has to be called Luster. So it is, oh, shoot, let me open it. It's this peachy one. Or so I thought it was peachy. But it is more like a pinky peach. It almost reminds me of Orgasm without, on my skin once applied, except without like the glitter effect or the sheen effect. I don't know how you wanna say it really. It is more also on the peachy than the pinky side, unlike Orgasm. But I like the formula of this more than I do the baked blushes, to be fair. I don't know why, but I do. For highlighter, I'm wearing the Natasha Denona in 02. I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure. Yeah, 02 medium for highlighter. For lips, I just threw on my NARS. I said this the other day in Primal Instinct. It is the oil infused lip tint. I really like it. I don't know how to describe it. I really don't. It's cushiony. It looks nice on the lips. It feels like an oil and a lip gloss together, which is weird, really. But it does also kind of leave the tint behind when, like, the layer leaves, in a sense, I guess, is the best way to describe it. I don't know. But for the palette I'm using today, I usually don't film on a Sunday, but this is going up on a Sunday because a subscriber asked to do a video with the Madison Beer and Morphe palette. And when I did the Morphe thing, I was going to pick it and I didn't. But I forgot about this palette. To be fair, I forgot. And it is a very, very beautiful palette. I mean, it really is. And here's the thing. The reason why I know it's a beautiful palette is because I didn't buy it for who this is that created this palette, because I don't even know who this is. I've never seen anything by this person, right? But the palette itself spoke to me. And I will say, this is good quality. I don't really know the price point. Okay, I'm going to assume the price point. It's good quality for the price point. And the shadow did the work themselves. Now, the brushes I'm using today, I'm mixing it up. I'm using my Natasha Denona brushes because I have to do I'm on the letter N, So I was using these brushes, so that's why I'm using them for this. But they worked very well with this formula. I will say that. So we're going to start. The first shade we're going to go into is Emotional Bruises. Lord, don't we all have them. More than we'd like to admit, I'm sure. I set everything. I use the shade White Rabbit to set the lid. I just use my concealer again. Lazy day here. Lazy day. But I really kind of enjoyed using these brushes too. I know. I have so many brushes, and I'm like, every time I go back to, like, I get stuck on a set. Like, I got stuck on BK Beauty, and then I went back to Repher, and I'm like, oh yeah, I really like Repher. And then I went back to Sigma, or not Sigma, Sephora, and I'm like, yeah, I like them too. But I do feel like there is a difference in, not necessarily, well, I mean, maybe a little bit in application, but there is a difference in the feel of them, and like how quick you can do a look, to be fair. Like, I do think there is a difference. We're going to go into the shade Fight Club now, which is this one right here. I will say that I tend to stick to these more cool toned shades than the warm tone ones, but I do like that there is a mix of them in this palette. That is nice to see. And it gives you different looks, which means the palette could be used technically all year long, because I can see winter looks, fall looks, springtime looks. Well, maybe not spring, because when I think of spring, I definitely think of more brighter. Summer for sure, because there's bronzy shades and coppery shades. So I can see, maybe not spring. Spring's the only one, but I guess you could just use the more metallic shades to create a quick, easy springtime look, maybe. But I did forget about this palette, I'm not gonna lie. Probably because I don't have an attachment to the name of the palette, you know. But as far as the color story and the quality, it's not bad. And again, I don't think you can get this anymore, being it was a collab. And I'm sure this is a good 2-3 years old, maybe even older, to be fair. Couldn't really tell you. Actually, I'm going to use that same shade, what was it, Fight Club, and go along the lower lash line with it. I mean, it's not like these palettes are groundbreaking in any way. You know, it's a cool tone, color story, warm tone. You have them in your collection. You don't necessarily need this palette to create this look. But I kind of did pull it out when I was doing the Morphe thing. Not because somebody did say something about it, but I had it pulled out because I did want to use it myself also, just to refresh my memory. And I'm glad that somebody did suggest using it, because I really do like it. Like, it's going to sit out. Whereas I have actually gotten rid of some of my Morphe. Like, I got rid of the Lisa Frank one. I gave it to my granddaughter. And I gave a bigger one to my granddaughter. The one that was like a collab between like 4 influencers or something. I gave that one away. I gave my daughter, before, the bigger Meredith Duxbury one. And I kept the smaller one. Like, there's just no need for me to have them all, to be fair. Because I know I'm not going to reach for them. We're going to go into shade 3553. And again, I don't know what the references are to this, but it's this darker shade right here. I'm just going to darken up the outer corner and along the lash line. But I will say, I'm glad I pulled out these brushes too. Sometimes it's nice just to go back through what you already have and see what it is, because I'm going to tell you, you may not need the new. You may already have something better in your collection, or at least equal, to be fair. Not really for sure what look to do for Natasha Denona yet. She's got so many palettes that I love. And I thought about doing the gold palette because it's a newer palette. But to be fair, it's not my favorite. It really isn't my favorite palette by her. It's nice and all. Don't get me wrong. It's pretty. It's a pretty color story. And I get it as far as like in her line, yeah, I guess it was needed in a way. We're going to take that same shade and run it under the lower lash line, but closer to the lash line. Because some people may want bronze palette, some people may want the gold palette, you know. So I understand the monochromatic feel of it. But gold is just, as much as like I like them and I think they're pretty, I just don't care for them on me for some reason. I'm just taking that dark shade also closer to the top lash line. I'm using a Tarte Fake Awake in the waterline. Alright. Now we're going to take the shade. I'm having to use this Pixie. I like this shade. This is a really pretty shade. It's right here. And I didn't get any fallout with it, but wait, you see it? It's actually a really pretty metallic shade. Like, she did a good job at picking these shades. And the quality isn't bad. It's really not bad quality. And again, I know I didn't spend that much on it, so because it is Morphe, I think, I'm trying to recall like the price point. I'm going to assume it couldn't have been more than $25 for this palette, but I could be wrong there too. Gosh, that is so pretty though. Certain shades can just draw me in, and I'm hooked too, so there's that. Like, I think the shade Cosmos, it's one of those ones that are kind of shifty, like a pink to a, I don't know how you want it, to like a brown, I don't know. It's like one of them one and done shades that you can blend out to. It's really pretty. Alright, now what am I doing? Oh yeah, we're going to go in with Stained Glass. This is a really pretty shade too. I'm using it for inner corner, but all over the lid this would be gorgeous too. We're going to use it for inner corner today, but it is very pretty. Look at that. It just brightens that inner corner so quickly and easily. And again, no fallout from these shades. I did not spray. Didn't do anything. And you could put on a black mascara and really vamp the look up for sure. I went more of a brown because I don't want it really that amped up. I wanted it a little bit toned down as like a everyday look, but you could easily make this into a nighttime look too. And of course I'm using my brown YSL Lash Clash. But overall, I mean, this palette was easy to use, self-explanatory even. Like, I really don't have any issues with this palette at all. And that's the kind of palette I like, because I don't know what I'm doing from one minute to the next. And if I have too many options and don't know which way to go, I could be sitting there looking at it for hours, to be fair. Like, seriously. Which, you know, I have better things to do than that, you know. Granted, there's times where I do that, though. I'll be honest, Glam Light is kind of, because it's just so colorful and outside of my comfort zone, that I can sit there sometimes for hours going, well, what color direction am I supposed to go out of this? But then there's other ones that I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. No rhyme or reason with me, who knows, you know? But I really do enjoy this look more than I thought, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because it makes me want to play with it. Although, I think for Natasha's look, I'm going to do a whole face of Natasha Denona, the brand, because I'm pretty sure I have everything to do a full face of Natasha, so I think that's the route I'm going to play. But overall, what do you think of this look? What do you think of this palette? Did you get this palette? Or did you skip it? I mean, honestly, it kind of reminds me of a lot of palettes that have been releasing lately anyway. Again, this is an older palette, so... But it is pretty. Warm, cool tones. Day, night. Fall, summer, winter. Again, the only thing really I don't see is spring, but... maybe... I don't know, I'd like to try to do like a 4 look out of this palette, but then what's the point? You can't get it no more. I don't know. And also, do you see from talking and everything, the film to my lip gloss is kind of like going away, but it's leaving like a very slight tint, almost like my lips are better on my lips. Love that gloss. I really do. And I don't know why I even bought it, to be fair. I really don't, but I did, obviously, because it's in here, so, but I like it. But yeah, so I really like how the way everything really turned out. I think I should have did a more pinkier, cool tone pinkier look, maybe, on the cheeks to go with the eye look, but here we are. So it is what it is, but I really do enjoy the palette. Like I said, Morphe is a brand that is hit and miss. When they do it right, they do it right. When they do it wrong, they do it wrong. But I don't know if they'll make it, and if they do, whether they should. Like, I'm conflicted. We'll just say I'm conflicted with Morphe in a way. But at the same time, you know, if they owe people, then they need to pay them, even if it takes time to pay them. But I do enjoy some of their palettes have really been hits for me, to be fair. I mean, to be honest, they've been hits. I'm just going over everything. I'm hoping it stays. Yesterday, you all, let me tell you about that Tear foundation. No. I am going to buy my shade, but let me tell you, I went outside, and I'm not in that humid of a area at all. I was sweating, though. I'll admit that I was sweating. But that foundation, oh Lord, oh Lord. Maybe for a fall and winter foundation. Summer, absolutely not. Absolutely, unless you shear it so thin. But if you wear it as a full coverage, no. Let's just say that. You could see the sweat just dripping off of my face, and the foundation was just moving with it. Like, it was literally just going. It was a mess. I'm just gonna be honest. Don't fall for it. Just don't. I will buy the correct shade just so that I can see, but just from first, like, forget the shade. It was yellow. Yes, I get that. But it clung to everything. It enhanced every nook and cranny and pore. It was bad. It was bad. And I'm just telling you, like, do with that information as you want. Obviously, you could return it if you didn't like it. And, but I'd hate to even see you go through that. I really would. So I definitely would steer away from that. I'll continue to use it, and again, maybe in the fall and winter it wouldn't be bad, but like, as far as foundations go, I want foundations that's going to last no matter what the season is. I don't want to have a certain foundation. It's bad enough we have to have certain colors for summer versus winter, but then to have certain foundations, Like, I'm not going through all that. That's just no, it's not happening. Not when there's so many good things out there. So, but yeah, I'll let you go. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or if it kept you entertained. Subscribe, ring the bell, hit all that where you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday, unless I just want to or there's a new release. Let me know if you have this palette. I'm curious. Or did you have it and did you declutter it? Let me know. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.